Introduce yourself, your name, your pronouns, your character, and tell everybody what you're most looking forward to in your magic classes.
Oh gosh. Hey everybody, Anita here. I use she, her pronouns. Today I will be playing Medea Moore, who uses she, her pronouns. Oh gosh. Something that I am looking forward to today. Well, audience, you've read the title of this show. We're gonna fight the best fighter in town. So that seems like something that I'm scared but excited for. So yeah, we'll say fighting the sheriff, because apparently we're fighting the sheriff. Back to you, Knox.
All right, let's take that over to Rowan.
Hi, I'm Rowan. I use she, they. I play Remy, who uses they pronouns or any. What I'm looking forward to classes. I mean, I think being an Oracle major is interesting because I'm going to get crumbs of things that won't make any sense, but I can't wait for later to be like, oh my God, that's what that meant. So I'm excited for that. And I'm also dueling minor. So I am not like Remy doesn't have huge fight stats, but I want to see how if I can like use ways around to fight, like use brain stats. So we'll see if that works out.
I am one of those people that if you can just convince me, I will let you do it, but you have to convince me.
All right.
Hold on. So are we still on the starting soon screen? No, you can see us?
Yeah, we're back. It was just for a second.
Okay, we're back. All right. Then in that case, well, you're already unmuted. Can you please introduce yourself to the lovely people?
Yeah, I'd love to. Hi, my name is Will. I use he, him pronouns, and I play Jonah Heim, who also uses he, him pronouns. And I don't know, you find me on social media at Willem Scream. What I'm most excited for, Jonah misheard, and he's pretty sure that dueling minor means that Remy is going to fight a kid. And so he's excited to see that.
All right. And Allie?
Hi, everybody. I'm Allie. I use she or any pronouns. I play Panacea Plaque, who uses she, her pronouns. You can find me on social at Allie_Yakta_est. I think, a strange small child interrupted my sapphic nightmare dream to tell me to go to the library. So I think I'm really looking forward to going to that library and seeing why it was so important. And books,
Sapphic Nightmare Dream, the new band title, only here at Girls on These World. All right, and Rosie, introduce yourself for the lovely people.
Hi, I'm Rosie, Sweet Rosie B, just about everywhere. Today I'm playing a Fatome, an offbeat eccentric who had a very, very tragic, sad little kid dream. And I'm looking forward to exploring what it might mean to have a sibling, maybe, that's out there, maybe. And I got lots of questions for whoever is willing to take them.
Well,
I'm mostly looking forward to getting answers to those questions.
Let's get into the answers to those, but really quick. Hi, everyone. I'm Knox. My pronouns are she, her. I am many people all at once. And like I said, let's... Anita got that! And... let's get into it. So, let's start with Lyra House. Aoife, you... Rosie's like, please no. Aoife, you wake up. It's the morning from that dream that you had. You look up, and Leo's familiar is just sleeping on the bed, but he's not there yet. And there's a note just kind of hanging over your head. It says, "Hey, bud! So glad you're here. Yo, I'm going to be in the common room if you want to come hang, but we got classes early today because first day of school. So glad you're here. Like, can't wait to show you around. See you in a bit." And then once you finish reading it, it bursts into flames.
Noted. He does that. Okay. Not just the cat.
I want to clarify the cat does not burst into flame.
But the cat makes things burst into flames. Presumably. We have not witnessed it.
So your uniform is literally hanging over your bed, just
Mhm.
waiting for you to grab and ready for you to start your day.
That does not look super comfy, but okay. And she's going to put on the shirt and the vest and the robes and all the little accoutrements that I'm sure Bella has added to this outfit to make us look the most pretentious.
It is surprisingly sensory friendly.
Oh, wonderful.
It is like the softest and like it's pretty like lightweight, so you feel very just like good with your temperature. There's no tags bothering your neck.
Nice.
It's very sensory friendly. Like it was made with neurodivergent people in mind.
Excellent. That then after that initial like this looks very stiff and formal, like, oh, not so bad. It's actually kind of nice. And she's gonna walk into the common room, swishing the robe behind her a little bit.
Yo, you look so good! Look at you! And Leo literally just appears out of nowhere, like, what's up?
Hi! Wow, do they have
Sorry,
because you have so much energy.
I only have one mode.
Okay, I got that now. Amazing.
Yeah. All right. So listen up. We've got a little bit of time before breakfast, and then we're gonna go straight to classes because today is an Aurora day, not an Aquila day. So that means your classes are during all day instead of just at night today. So, but you're new to all this, so I figured you like I talked to Ale and Marigold last night, and we were like, oh shit, they probably want to know stuff, and didn't have a chance to ask Lily or Kala. And I was like, Aoife's probably a little bit scared of Bella because she's a little terrifying. So we're like, we're gonna take time and give you guys time, you know, give y'all chances to ask us questions. So if you got any, hit me with them.
Okay.
Oh, awesome! You wrote it down.
Yes, because so much has happened. I didn't want to forget any of it. And
smart.
This okay. So I have a lot. I'm gonna like try to keep it low concise. Okay, so Las Estrellas has been here for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Is there any? Is that how long magic's been around, or did magic like exist before that?
Our magic's been around as long as the town's been around. So I don't know if like other magics like out there. I've never left the town. Very few of us do. But our magic is directly connected to when Rosa Flores like stepped into the stars and they are like, you are the chosen one. And all the town was gifted with this magic. That's why we're all connected. Literally.
Got it. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay, so on the topic of like other magic, if it exists out there, going through the majors, listed the different like types of magic. Is there? I don't want to be indelicate. Is there magic that can like mess with people's minds?
Probably.
Okay. But is that like a known thing? Is that would that fall under one of the specific categories? Like specifically like dreams or memories?
Dreams usually have to do with oracles because they're the best at interpreting dreams. I don't think though they're the people that would mess with your mind. I know chaos majors could definitely do that.
Chaos.
Healing could probably do that. Potions can definitely do that. And he's like going through every list of majors.
I know it's like a real weird, like kind of deep question for this early in the morning. Just I had a weird dream last night. I don't know what it means. Maybe I can talk to one of the Oracle majors or Oracle teachers. Just it felt off as far as dreams go, and left me a little sad, left me a little homesick, and I want to make sense of it.
Oh yeah, you could definitely talk to Professor Polly about that.
Professor Polly, okay.
Yeah, you're an Oracle minor, right?
Yeah, so that works out.
You'll see them later, so you can definitely talk to them about your dream. most of the time, dreams are dreams. Just like I had a dream where I was a taco.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Were you like, what was that like?
it was so weird. I was so hungry.
Were you a soft taco or a hard taco?
Oh, I was a soft shell.
Nice. Okay, we're getting off the top, but that is awesome.
Yeah,
Keep a dream
sorry.
journal. That's cool. It's been mentioned a couple times, and I know like people don't leave Los Angeles. Like the whole town is self-inclusive, and like no one goes in or out. We were told specifically a couple times that we are. Stuck's not the right word, but we have to be here for a year before we can even think about going back. Why?
Oh, it's because it's really hard to transport people. It's
Okay.
really hard to get people who aren't yourself. It's actually really hard to get yourself to place. But it's really hard, especially to get multiple people to different places. And it'd be incredibly exhausting to have one of you take one of you at a time. And so at the end of the year, you know how to do this yourself. So nobody has to worry about taking you. It's just easier if we teach you how to do it yourself.
Okay, that makes sense.
You really won't have the magical capacity to do that until the end of your year because you don't know any magic yet. So.
No, I do not. But
yeah.
A year seems like pretty quick to learn magic. That feels like real powerful and real cool.
Oh yeah, no, they got y'all in like a fast track where you're like taking remedial classes and your major classes. It's gonna be really interesting. I know that they've also told they've told me because you one of your friends also does potions as a minor. Pancreas.
I think her name's Panacea.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. We haven't really talked a lot, but she seems cool.
Well, she's a potions minor, and I'm a potions minor, so they want me to like make sure she's doing all right, like help her out. And I know Marigold's also helping her out with the healing stuff. And yeah, can't really help the rest of you because the three of us, like that you met, don't really have any other things in line with you. I know Ale's partner is also an oracle.
Oh.
So they'll probably help you out. Yeah, don't worry about it. But yeah, you'll get remedial classes, you'll get help with that from like fellow students, and your teachers are already aware that y'all are coming in with no offense, nothing. And
no offense, it's true.
Yeah. So teachers are already aware to make sure to help you out. We've got you covered. Don't even worry about it.
I'm a little worried about it just because it is a lot and it is so new, but I think I'm in good hands with you and all the others. Like
that's fair. I've known about this since I was a kid. There you go. And
one more question.
You are nature, right?
Yeah.
Bella's your teacher, so you'll be fine.
Oh, the scary lady?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's okay. She already knows you don't know anything.
Okay. One more. We're like allowed to leave the school grounds and go into the town, right?
Oh yeah, I can take y'all like on a tour if you want of like the city. Yeah, because we also have, younger students who aren't at like a university level who don't live here. They just show up for half the day.
Oh, that makes sense.
We have another school for not magic stuff. So like my family lives in town. I'm gonna go home on weekends to go get like fresh baked bread from my mom and shit,
Aww.
There's farmers market, there's all sorts of stuff. You're allowed to leave. You just can't leave the town.
Okay.
And that's for safety reasons.
Okay, cool. I'm real excited. Just there's so much and I cannot wait to see it all. And oh my goodness. A little bit of a short circuit moment happening just because that's so much info and so much is happening. Do we get like how do we know where we're supposed to go?
Magic. But also they already told me your schedule, so I'll tell you where to go.
Okay. I feel like that's gonna be the answer to a lot of things, just magic.
It really does help with accommodations. It really, really helps.
Mm,
Yeah, you're going to you don't have the first period of classes. You have the second and the third because you're nature and oracle. So for the first half of the day, you're just chilling. They got you a bunch of like remedial textbooks you can like read, and he actually just a stack of textbooks up here. He goes, actually, I forgot to give these to you. They told me to give these to you, and I totally forgot until this moment. But here are your
Thanks.
textbooks. You can just read over those. And yeah, I'd help, but I have the first period of classes, unfortunately. So
Okay, when he summoned them, did he use like a wand or something, or did it just like happen?
no, he literally snapped his fingers and a spark appeared, and in that spark was your textbooks.
That is very cool. That's oh my gosh. One more question. I know I said one more question before. And this should be an easy one, but I gotta ask. Mothman, real or no?
I just told you about Professor Polly.
Is he Mothman? Is he a Mothman?
Yeah, his last name's Paella. Paella, like moth.
I get to learn magic from Mothman?
Yeah, he's the Oracle's teacher.
Ah! Okay.
This is new information for you.
Yes!
Okay, yeah. Gotta keep remembering that. Yeah, no, Professor Polly's moth. There's a whole moth family, you know?
All we have is humans out there.
Wow, that's gotta be boring.
Yes! Well, no, it's actually fascinating. There's a whole multitude of cultures and wonderful experiences out there, but oh my god!
Yeah, no, Professor Polly's really cool. They're super cool. They've got a whole family. You know, this is the like 8th Professor Polly we've had because generations, and like got a wife and kids.
Oh my gosh!
You know, his kids like an underclassman like a couple years younger than you.
Baby Mothman?
Yeah, baby moths. Yeah.
I'm sorry, is that offensive to say? Is that the proper like nomenclature here? I don't know.
I mean, we've just always known that he was part moth, so I don't think there really is a nomenclature when you're just kind of used to him. But yeah, it's the Peleus, yeah.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Okay, I'm so ready for today. Thank you, Leo. Let's go get some breakfast.
Awesome, let's go. Hazel! And you hear a loud meow and then a crash. And then as Hazel comes swimming out and like swims around Leo's shoulder and just kind of perches on his shoulder, it goes, let's go! And
all right.
Breakfast. All right. We're gonna go to Cassiopeia House. And so, Jonah, Remy, you both wake up from your dreams. Your uniforms are also floating above you. And Ale also left you a note that just says, hey, in common room, big day ahead. Realize you might have some questions, so if you want to ask, like, you can. See ya.
I think when Remy wakes up, Jonah is just like lying in bed staring at the ceiling, not asleep.
I think Remy wakes up fairly early, but because they have like an alarm, like they wake up, they have like one alarm and they wake up to that alarm, which no one does, but yeah. And immediately gets up and writes down the dream because it was very interesting. Is the note is it like a talking note or?
Great question.
You can hear it in your head, but you know the note itself's not talking. And when you reach to try to grab it, it like fizzles into bubbles. And then when you take your hand out, immediately reforms.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think Remy's gonna do that a couple times. And then once hears the voice, isn't sure if it's like out loud, so we'll like look over at Jonah and like didn't want to wake him up because he had some sleep issues, but we'll see him just staring, I guess. Hey man, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. I guess I guess just as like a heads up, I don't really sleep a lot.
Yeah. Do you have like
Yeah.
insomnia or?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. Is it like you can't sleep because of noises, or just is there a reason, or just you can't?
He is quiet for a while and says, "Nope, no reason."
Hmm. Okay. Well, if there's anything I can do to I don't want to wake you up or anything. So
No, it's fine. I just didn't want you to like wonder. It's just easier to get it out in the open now.
yeah, thanks for telling me. And then we'll probably kind of sense that Jonah is not wanting to talk about it very much. So we'll just start putting on the uniform and be like, wow, this is very fancy.
Yeah,
There was
this
some
sucks.
like, yeah. So, it's pretty comfortable though. Give it a try.
Jonah will put it on, but like he's gonna be a jerk about it. Like, not gonna tuck the shirt in, not putting on a tie if there's a tie. Like doing whatever he can in his power to make it more casual than it's clearly supposed to be.
Yeah. It's kind of a good look. You're kind of a punk, huh?
Oh, interesting. Jonah's gonna say like not really, but like a little too quickly.
Not
Not really, no.
Yeah, I dig it. Yeah, I think that Remy will check on Mozzie, make sure Mozzie's okay. And I don't have a lizard, but I'm sure Remy knows everything of like feeding and everything. So is very I think you can sort of see Remy has like a very specific routine in the morning. It's like they wake up at the same time, they do all this in the morning and all that. And then is like
this lizard, got that scale care going.
exactly. Yeah. It's like put on their clothes very quickly, but is like very, very methodical and nice with the little lizard, and is like, are you like squicked out by reptiles at all? Because I've got my little friend here.
No, it's fine. Is your lizard magic? Like a magic lizard?
I'll like look at her and be like, "Are you magic?"
Mozzie starts to float.
That was not.
What's that question?
I was saying that as a joke, but I guess so. Could you always do that? And I was like, sort of hold out the hands for Mozzie to land in it.
Holly just shows up in the doorway and goes, "You do know that the lizard can't speak to you, right?"
I mean, emotionally, she can.
Why would we know that?
She knows. Because she's a lizard.
It floats.
Yeah,
well, not intentionally. That's just, there's magic all around the school. So sometimes your animals are gonna do weird shit. Like, what about you? Where's your familiar?
I don't have one, I guess.
Huh. Well, at least now there's two of you. Okay. Y'all were taking a while. I want to make sure that, you didn't, like, run away screaming or anything like that. Because this is all very new for you. And you see something flash around their neck again. And they're like, all right, so talk to Leo, talk to Marigold. Leo did a lot of the talking, let's be honest. And we realized y'all don't really know anything about where you are and might not have gotten the answers you wanted or had needed from Lily, and definitely not from Kala. So if you have any questions, we thought we'd give you before breakfast, because today's going to be a full day because it's an Aurora day. So
what's an Aurora day?
It's a day where Lily is in charge of Aurora specifically. and not just Aquila.
Those are all words.
Right,
There-
which
That's
is
fair. Not everybody unless Estrella says magic. And
Oh.
so Lily is in charge of both academies, both the ones where we went to for half days, where we learn non-magic stuff like how to read, and Aurora. So until college, we spend half of our days at Aquila, which is the other one, usually the morning half, and we spend the afternoon, evening half here at Aurora. Aurora days are when every other day Lily's attention is completely on Aurora. So we have a full day of classes and not just a half day. On half day, like tomorrow's going to be an Aquila day where half the day is dedicated to the students at Aquila learning non-magical stuff, where we're just going to have night classes. Aurora days like today, we have a full day of classes because Lily's here.
couldn't
Oh.
couldn't anybody teach the non-magical classes? Like, why does it have to be Lily?
Lily's not teaching at Aquila, she's the headmistress.
Okay.
So making sure everything's running smoothly, you know. She also subs in for the nurse there a lot because healing major. Things like that. But she's in charge of both schools.
Huh. I don't know. Reading is pretty magical in its own way, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would count that as magic.
And like we all went there too. So it's like we're all still getting in it. It's just how we make things work because there's a lot of magic to learn, but we also have to know like basic life skills and stuff.
You guys have double school.
Yeah. And then like all of our like my sibling is non-magical and goes to Aquila full time in
I thought, is
Why
it,
don't they just-
how does magic, yeah, is it genetic or how does that work?
some of it's genetic. So like we're all from the people that were originally in the town. It's just not everyone has a little magic in them. So like my sibling, like, you know, like they like to paint and I swear those pictures move and know exactly what you need to see. But they're not magical in the sense where they can intentionally do a spell.
Oh.
There's magic in them, but it's not it hasn't been awoken. It probably never will be. Unlike mine.
I think Remy's trying to piece together whether that seems fair, but I think Jonah was going to say something.
Well, why don't they just let the fourth sister run the other school?
Marigold's still a student, and they're never going to let her run anything.
Yeah, why?
Because she's the fourth sister.
Right, but like, okay. What does that mean?
There's always been, after Rosa, the founder, there was always 3 sisters.
Yeah.
And then one of those 3 sisters, usually the youngest and the one in charge of the schools, would have 3 more sisters for the next generation. In all of the years since the town has been founded, there has never been a 4th sister. And nobody knows what to do about Marigold. And unfortunately, she has to pay for that. She pays for that.
I'm not seeing the problem.
You don't, because you're thinking not like Kala and Bella.
Yikes.
Yeah. Agreed.
We are a small town that has been around for 1,000 years and does not like to change things. And when Marigold was born, it almost destroyed the town. So they're not going to let her run shit. I know Lily has been pushing to at least let them make her a doctor in town and for both schools. I know that's a fight. She has to really pick her battles for that. Right now, they're only really considering maybe once she graduates, letting her be a nurse at Aurora instead of letting her out into the town.
My God, she's a person. Like this.
Yeah, that's really fucked up.
Lily's trying to fight for it, but the problem is she has to fight Bella and she has to fight Kala.
This is yeah.
Yeah, Marigold's got stuff. She doesn't have a familiar either. She's the only other person in town who doesn't.
I think Remy went from school to like the traditions that are hurting the people of this town are just like, well, are there supplies we need for class or anything?
Yeah, sorry about that. And they kind of just wave their hand, and it like formed out of bubbles are a bunch of textbooks, and they just drop on your beds. It's like, those are your class books and your remedial class books. Did you bring your own wands?
No.
Are we supposed to?
Yeah, I don't think we were told to bring wands, but
I literally just got turned into a cat and told to find some starlight.
That sounds about right. Usually you'll have some kind of inclination towards something to help channel your magic. Some of us don't have anything like that. I know Leo doesn't use a wand, mainly because I don't think a wand can contain him. And I don't necessarily use a wand per se. And you don't need to use the wand. It just, especially when you're beginning, makes things a lot easier. And besides, one of your friends already has one.
Oh.
The one with the giant stick.
Is that a wand?
It's a conduit, and that's really all that matters. It doesn't need to be a wand necessarily. It's just most people use like a wand of some sort.
Oh,
it's fine. I'm sure yours will pop up or it will just never happen, but it's fine. All right, so that's all you need. Let's go get breakfast.
Okay. Yeah, as LA is walking in the front and Remy's kind of walking alongside, Jonah's like ways to not have another kid if they were really worried about it. This is very weird.
Magically, it has never happened and nobody knew.
It's just like...
So like contraception in this town.
Yeah, like nobody ever thought it was a possibility. Like, I don't understand. Also, aren't two of them like twins? Isn't that kind of like the same kid?
No, it is not. Ali's turning around looking at you while you say all this, just like, they are their own person. Calla is not Lily.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
No, is it always like an older kid and then twins? Like you said, there's always three sisters.
There's always three sisters. Sometimes they're triplets, sometimes they're not twins, sometimes the oldest two are twins. In that case, it's always a power thing. But there's always three. So Lily got some pretty dirty looks when Marigold was born. And you walk into the dining hall.
Yeah, and Remy has Mozzie just like on their shoulder. He's poking out a little head.
All right.
This is weird. Yeah.
We are going to move to Andromeda House. Medea, Panacea, again, like everyone else. You wake up, and instead of a note, there's a bouquet of marigolds for each of you at the foot of your bed. And your uniforms are hovering above you. And just, there's no note telling you any of this. Marigold's bed is empty. Very like, you could tell it was slept in, but kind of like hastily made, as if she was rushing to get out of the room. And yeah, your stuff's there waiting for you to get dressed.
Well, that's kind of nice. I say to Medea, like gesturing to the marigolds.
Yeah, I think, again, Medea lives that farm life, is up like before the sun is up.
Yeah, like Panacea turns over to look to see if Medea's there. Medea's like already like gone out of the room, like, oh.
Yeah, I think like I think she definitely took Robert outside to like go to the bathroom like early in the morning. Still doesn't know exactly how the place works and is afraid of getting lost, so like goes outside, goes directly back. And I feel like as like she's coming back inside, you can see she's like still in her sleep clothes, like still like hasn't touched the floating clothing above her, but like sort of says, yeah, it seems like Marigold is got us a little housewarming gift. I pick up the flowers. How do they smell?
They smell fresh, like they were just like picked. But you know that when you woke up, Marigold wasn't in her bed.
That was very sweet of her, I guess. Have you seen Marigold today?
I haven't. No, I only woke up a bit ago, and I think Panacea is kind of like slow, kind of getting dressed, like maybe like tucked behind like a like a slider somewhere, and is pulling on the crisp white jacket with the dark red purple buttons, and just like very much feeling herself. And I'll kind of like step out once I'm ready and say, but the thing is, I am trying to get to the library before class starts. I don't even know when class starts. If you want to come with, maybe we could look for her along the way.
Facts. I need a dictionary, but also this place is a maze. As you step out, you're seeing that Medea is just like changing in the middle of the common room. No shame. Doesn't really care. But oh God, what happened?
That's Panacea closing her eyes. So she's like,
Jesus Christ. Hey everybody, we're back. Sorry. We make it work. God. Yeah, she's getting changed. She is not touching the floating clothing. Cause this feels like cult shit. And she's not she's not trying to get caught up in something.
It's a school uniform.
A college school uniform? They still have school uniforms in college?
What a good point.
Also, implying that school uniforms are not cult shit.
No, they are.
But she's like getting dressed in like just like a very identical pair. She has like basically the same clothes on it, like in like different colors, but like identical like overalls, a plaid like shirt, is really like I realize I haven't like described like my character yet. She's dark skin, has these very like piercing, very bright purple eyes, which is like striking, and like her face is very like scarred. She has a lot of scars. You can see that like her nose is broken in a couple places, and she has like usually when you've seen her like interact with like the world, like when it's just the two of us, she kind of likes you so far, Panacea. So like the scowl hasn't been there, but like when she's out in public, like if there are any fans of the Boondocks like around, the Huey Freeman permanent scowl is like what she's giving. But she sort of like gets like herself together and is like, all right, I feel like they use magic for everything here, like everything. So we might have to like magic our way to the library. And I do not know how to do that.
You just have to open a door.
Oh, who's speaking?
Marigold just walked into the room, kind of
Oh,
like poked her head in. Sorry, I forgot to give you your books. And the petals bring over a stack of books for each of you. I forgot to leave those this morning. I can. Leo and Ale said that you probably have questions. If you want to just ask them instead, I get it. It's okay. They're gonna be at breakfast. You don't have to sit with our table if you don't want. We don't. We just kind of do.
Marigold,
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I feel like I will speak for myself. I got started off on the wrong foot with you. Honestly, yesterday was one of the most stressful days of my life. And I was not the most friendly. It seems like out of all of your sisters, you are the only person that is not withholding information from me. And you've been very nice with the books and the flowers. I'm sorry if I offended you in any way yesterday. And I am appreciative of you getting all this together for both of us.
I'm sorry if I offended you in any way, Marigold.
I have a tendency to try too hard, and it was nice having 5 new people who didn't know about me before. Anybody could warn you. So, it's okay.
You don't need to put that pressure on you. At least I think you're pretty nice. And I'm excited to be bunkmates with you. Or dorm mates. You seem like a person I can talk to. And I feel like that's going to be rare at this school. So I would very much appreciate a guide to the library.
Yeah, I can take you. You're probably, because it's an Aurora day, it's a full day where we have classes all day instead of just at night. You're probably not going to get to go to the library without not going to breakfast until after your classes. And you are, especially, you're going to have a big day ahead of you. You might want to eat.
That is very ominous.
Great. You're a dueling minor. So
Yes.
you, Panacea, and I actually have a class together. Healing majors sit in on your dueling classes. Because you're new, and because, no offense, you're an outsider. You're not from Las Estrellas.
That's not an offensive thing to say. That is a fact.
Kala's gonna try to fight you in front of the entire class.
What is with them?
The first day.
There's a lot with my sisters. Well,
The
publicly,
first day. There's not going to be a syllabus handed out or nothing. It's going to be straight to the...
Publicly, Kala's reasoning is going to be that it's important to see how your natural magic reacts before you come with any of the knowledge. And she does do this, like, when people first decide to be dueling majors. This isn't that different. She is, however, going to go a lot harder on you than she would with the first time doing major.
That's irresponsible. This is a place of education. And healing majors are supposed to
You're all
sit
gonna
in.
learn
So
something. You're all gonna learn.
healing majors are supposed to sit in so we can what? Patch together the injured?
Yeah, it's hands-on healing. We see on every dueling class, specifically for that reason. Sometimes we sit on the protection classes too.
The medical ethics of that are just I can't even that's so messed up.
Lily is, and when we usually have the nurse, are always there too in case. But the way it's worked is that healing majors sit in on dueling and sometimes protection, but not always, classes so that we can practice in case anybody gets hurt, in case there's accidentally a scrape. Most of the time there isn't anymore, and we're just reviewing what could happen and watching and giving advice on how to best prevent injury and things like that. Today we're probably going to need to step in.
Oh yeah, you will. And
honestly, I'm
like,
scared for my sister.
And like you look towards Medea, and there is a fire like in her eyes. And she's sort of like, there's just like a lot of anger that she has for this cop that illegally entered her home, like two, this person that like threatened her with a huge octopus. And she says, yeah, let's get to that library. I have some studying to do.
Before
well, like
we
I
do,
said, there's not enough time for the library, but your books are right in front of you.
Marigold.
Cal is trying to make an example out of all of you. Lily wants you here so you can learn. Calla wants you here so she can prove she's still needed. Everyone in Las Estrellas knows that Calla only is a sheriff because they needed a position for one of the main Flores sisters. Maybe back when we first got here, there was a need to make sure somebody was keeping the town safe, but we pretty much self-govern. And Calla, and to an extent Bella's positions are kind of useless. And they know that. The fact that you fight
This town fucked up. What the?
Yeah. No
Oh, we're
kidding.
back.
we got some great music coming through.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry about that. Technical difficulties are always fun because guess what? Stream's haunted. So, back to the scene. Marigold is telling Medea and Panacea pretty much that her sisters are kind of useless in this town. So, yeah.
It sounds like Las Estrellas needs a little bit of a change.
That's never gonna happen.
It's already
Marigold?
happened.
I have to ask you
It's
something.
you.
It's going to sound random.
Mm.
If I told you that I was looking for the rose, would you know what I meant by that? Is that a place?
The only place I can think of with roses would be the statue in the greenhouse. I mean, there's roses all over the place, but not a
Right.
specific place called the rose.
Okay.
There's usually roses around the town. Our founder's name was Rosa. Her flower was a rose. So anything in Las Estrellas referring to roses is usually referring to Rosa Flores.
Right.
So even anything really like pink, light red, it's kind of like how we all have our own colors, your uniforms, mine's orange and yellow, stuff like that. Although Cala kind of has the monopoly on reds and oranges. But, most cases there's lots of roses. I don't know specifically.
While I'm looking at Marigold, while I'm looking at Marigold's face, I think I'm really trying to scrutinize to see if this looks like an older version of that kid I saw in my dream, especially when she mentions the oranges.
Roll brains.
All right.
Difficulty 15.
All right. That's my D12. So.
Oh, whoops.
That's I rolled a 10.
It looks like it could be Marigold, but it also looks like it could be Lily or Cala or Bella or literally anybody that's remotely related to Marigold. The only reason you know for sure it's not one of the other three is because they have different colored hair. So maybe it's Marigold, but it's also possible it could be someone else who's just related to her.
Cool. All right. Yeah, Panacea kind of like disengages a little bit, and you can see that she's gears are turning in Panacea's brain.
Why are you looking for a rose?
I have it's my favorite flower. No offense.
None taken. Marigolds are associated with death. They're not usually anybody's favorite.
Death is it's a natural part of the cycle of life. I know that it seems really dark to be associated with death, but I mean, as healing majors, I think it's important for us to recognize that that's part of the cycle of healing. Is sometimes you can't do it, and sometimes people die, and that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, my sisters all got poisonous flowers. Mine's just the only one that's death specifically, and at least I got my own name. Cala and Lily have to share one.
That's true. I wouldn't like to do that.
Yeah. But you might want to be careful with Bella and Cala. Lily.
I think I'm going to be careful with everybody and everything.
That's fair. Lily does want you here. I know she seems... Lily got the worst of it when I was born from everybody.
Not your parents?
Well, my father died, and no. I mean, my mother died a little bit after, so she didn't really get much of it.
Sorry.
Nobody claimed me. That's fine. No, my sisters raised me. But everyone blames Lily for me being born. Because if she had strong enough magic, there wouldn't have been enough left over. She was the
That
youngest.
seems like a thoroughly unscientific interpretation of those events.
We're a town that's been around for 1,000 years with our own superstitions and traditions, and there has never once been a fourth Flores girl or kid. Just has always been 3 girls.
I don't want to get into a whole conversation about, like gametes or whatever, but I think I can come up with an explanation in my head. I've got one up there, locked and loaded. So.
That's a real
Are you
fucked up
taking
thing to
magic into
say.
account for it?
I guess no, but maybe I just need to learn some more magic and then I'll be able to.
Yeah, I think that Medea does not like bullies. And I think that like she's gonna put her hand on like Marigold's shoulder and just be like, that's a real fucked up thing to say to somebody. Does anybody like say that to you or about you?
My whole life. You get used to it. Kala and Lily were 15 when I was born. So Lily's
You've been nice to me. If you ever want that shit to stop, let me know.
Are you gonna fight my sisters? Because like that.
Apparently, I am going to fight one of your sisters.
You are gonna fight Kala, and I really hope you do kick her ass because she needs to be put down. But like,
Hey, you and me, Marigold, now we're tight. We are together in whatever this year is going to be. You got a problem, you let me know.
Okay. She's just
and she'll just like
by what's happening.
And she'll just like clap her on the shoulder and be like, breakfast. I know that Robert has been upset with me. He's been through a very stressful night. So let's get him something to eat.
Yeah, your familiars can come with you all through all your classes and everything, by the way, because they're
really?
an extension. Yeah.
Panacea sprints over to Asclepius and like winds him around her neck.
Yeah, you can totally bring them. They're loud. And just I'll be there while you're in dueling class. I just wanted to warn you that my sister is gone power hungry, and this is literally the only thing she has going for her. So she likes to use it a lot. Kala was built for nothing other than fighting, and she'll be damned if she loses this position, as fake as it is. So breakfast. And she just heads out the room.
I think as we're walking and following Marigold, I think that like Medea has been like curious about this since like she met Panacea, and is gonna like sort of just try to, as casually as she can, bring up, so you got accepted into Princeton, New Jersey, most prestigious school, like Ivy Leagues, East Coast, and you ended up here.
Yeah.
It's the scholarship thing. Yeah, I didn't have no other place to go that was free either.
No,
I get it.
I mean, so the thing is that when I was accepted to school to Princeton, early decision.
Very impressive thing, by the way. That's incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, my my dad went there, and so did my mom. So I was, legacy. But the thing is that when you get accepted legacy, there's always that question in the back of your mind. It's like, was that a factor in their decision making, right? Like, did they decide because I'm a legacy? And this place is a fresh start, right? Like this place, they didn't know anything about me. No one from my family's magic, like nothing. And I just think that it's a bigger challenge. I can't say I'm not regretting it a little bit now based on, everything, but that's why, if that's what you're asking.
Well, it's wild that they got 5 of us, all 5 of us that were linked together to get to accept.
It is.
And I'm very glad of that fact. I think there's obviously something that they're not telling us about this place. And I feel like if the 5 of our magic are linked, we'd get quicker at figuring out how to solve all of this. If we learn together.
Agreed. I am happy to stand behind you and bandage up your wounds when the teacher beats you up.
Well, honestly, it's a little. I'm not sure what Marigold meant by made for fighting. I'm not sure if they build their wizards here, but I have read some books and know a good amount about hand-to-hand self-defense. I'm confident that if I get my ass beat, I won't be the only one walking away with some licks.
Listen, I wouldn't bet against you. I mean, the people in this town haven't left this town forever. So I would say even a day's worth of real world experience probably gives you a bit of an upper hand.
I mean, obviously somebody left and came back because they speak English here, and not like 1,000 years ago English, like modern day English here. We can understand what they're saying. So somebody goes in and out. We just got to find that person.
We got to get to that library at the end of class.
Yes, we do. And we'll
and
like
that
yeah.
go to breakfast because we gotta move forward. So y'all go to breakfast, you eat your healthy, like more unhealthy, I don't care what y'all eat. Y'all eat your breakfast. Someone either helps you with your little spell to get the food out, or you were able to do it yourselves. Feed your familiars, all that good stuff. And then
I do think as everyone's walking in, Rebby will like flag all the people they know down so they can all sort of sit together, and Rebby will be like, dude, were they telling you that the parents were like raw dogging it and then they had an accidental kid? And
it's weird that did come up.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Oh my goodness, is Marigold sitting at the same table with us?
No, I mean, Rebby's like,
heard about Marigold's parents and how they had unprotected intercourse? That's crazy. Marigold's dead parents?
Rebby doesn't know they're dead.
You guys hear about this fourth sister freak that nobody likes? Crazy, right?
But I'm sure they're all extra nice to Marigold, and they'll all compare notes about what they all talked about this morning. That's all.
So Lily is sitting at the front by herself on the lowest of the staggered chairs. And she gets up and she goes, "Hello, everybody. Welcome to your first day of classes. It's an Aurora day. So you have classes all day, which means longer periods. As always, the classes are staggered. So if we could please have, new students too. I'll just re-explain everything. There are 4 blocks for the day. First block, please, can we have the healing and dueling majors meet in the dueling corridor? and if transfiguration majors can meet in the fig halls. Second block, if the nature and potions and protection majors can go to your classes in your respective classrooms. Next, if the oracles, elementals, and illusions can go to your respective classrooms. And everyone else, you know I love you, but you already know that your name wasn't called. I'm not calling out your major. You guys have the last block of the night. Remember that when you are not in your block, you are free to do whatever you want that isn't breaking school rules or setting school property on fire. And she kind of looks at me,
that is my mistake. If you give me cleaning supplies, I will clean the floor in my dorm. I apologize. You don't have to make it a thing.
I did not know about that. I was talking about the cat that has been dropping explosives. But I appreciate that, and we will just...
The cat that drops what?
You just hear Leo go, "You can't prove any of this! Lily!" That's enough, Mr. O'Hara. Please keep your explosives contained and stop giving them to your cat. That's a serious concern. I know she can't get hurt, but that is just like very irresponsible. And you just see above everyone swimming Hazel. And those at Cassiopeia just see Ale going, "Oh my God, can we get this over with?" All right, please take yourself and your familiars to your classes. Healing and dueling majors, I will see you all in just a few minutes. And so you are all spread out. We're going to focus on each person in their individual classrooms. So we're going to start with Fig, with Jonah.
Yeah, I mean, Jonah will try to find whatever the fig hall is.
You're kind of getting pulled there by something. You can feel it, like something leading you to the fig hall. And it really is just a hallway with chairs. And they're lining so that there's room for somebody to stand in the center. And there are just a bunch of random objects. Literally, it looks like somebody just threw a suitcase into the hall. And an old man appears and goes, "Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's class." And the class is still being very loud. And he just stands there. And slowly the class simmers down. Okay, I'm glad you all got that out of your system. Hello, everybody. We have a new student. So let me reintroduce myself. My name is Professor Samuel Reyna. You can call me Professor Reyna, Professor Ray. If you're certain students here, you can go, "Hey, yo, Mr. H," but Professor Reyna is preferred. I am the Fig teacher. So, let's get a base overview of what transfiguration is. And you hear a bunch of people groaning, and he just stares. He goes, "I'm going to call each of you one by one to pick an object and to just try channeling your magic to turn it into something else. This is just a baseline test to see how you're doing. It's kind of like an assessment to see where we're starting from. We can only go upwards. And if you are unable to do it, there is no such thing as failing. Just try your best. That's all I can ask." So he starts calling off names one by one. You see somebody turn a cup into a butterfly. You see someone pop a balloon and it just turns into a cascade of water. And they're going through until they get to, "All right, Jonah, can you please come forward?"
Jonah will stand up and walk forward, very unsure of how to do magic. It's his first day.
He kind of gives you a smile and goes, "I know you've never done this before, or anything like this before. It's okay. We just need to see what you have in you. And do your best. If you can't do it, you can't do it. There's only upwards to go." So pick an object that resonates to you, and turn it into something, the first thing that your mind grasps on to change it to. Just don't think. That probably will help. Do you have your wand?
No.
Okay. There's no worries about that. Lots of students don't have wands. It will just make it a little bit harder for your first time using magic.
Great.
Alright.
It was going to be so easy.
I have faith in you. So, Jonah, describe what you're picking up.
I think if all theoretical objects are available, Jonah would be drawn to a soccer ball.
The soccer ball is there.
Yeah. Okay. So he will kind of pick it up. I think he'll probably not juggle it, but like kick it up to catch it in his hands, clearly knowing what he's doing with it. But just kind of stand there holding it and like turning it over in his hands and say, what do I turn it into? What am I?
Whatever you're drawn to. I told you, stop thinking. Your brain can be your biggest enemy. Although you can use your brain for this, but it's up to you.
Okay. I think Jonah is like the only demonstration of this magic that he's actually seen is turning people into cats. So I think that is where his mind goes as he is holding the soccer ball and just kind of shrugs and tries to turn the soccer ball into a cat.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So what do you think I'm going to let you pick what you're rolling with, but you have to actually explain it in a way it makes sense.
Okay.
Because just so people at home know why I'm letting this happen, it's because the stat that would usually be used for this is charm, and I know Jonah's charm. And the DC for this is going to be 10 because you've never done magic before. But because you pick something that's instinctual instead of overthinking it, it's going to be a 10.
Okay. The only magic that Jonah has ever done before, if what we have heard so far is to be believed, was like instinctive during a period of high stress and danger and things like that, when his like adrenaline and things were elevated. And I think standing up here in front of everybody, just like holding a soccer ball and trying to will it into something is also kind of activating his fight or flight response, but definitely more in like the flight direction. I think you said it could be charm or flight when we were talking about it.
It can. I was also going to let you pick one that's neither one of those. That's just what the rule book
okay.
says. But if you want to go with flight, you can.
Okay, cool.
Again, if you can pitch it and it makes sense, I will let you do it.
Yeah.
So flight will be the backup if whatever you say next doesn't make sense to me.
I think that is the one that makes the most sense. I think that's the only one that I can really justify that are higher than charm.
Roll flight.
Okay.
You're trying to hit a 10. Oh, but you also get your magic dice.
Which is a D4?
Yes.
Okay. Got a 9.
You also have adversity tokens if you want to use one. You don't have to.
Oh, fair. Okay. How does okay, cool. How does that work? Because I know I gain them when I fail. How do I spend them?
You tell me you're gonna spend one, but also you describe like when it starts to fail and what you do to like rally yourself to make it succeed.
Got it. Yeah, I will do that, and I will
you can
say
spend them like 1 to 1 point.
Yeah.
To like bump up the score.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay. I think Jonah is just like standing there, focusing on the soccer ball, getting more and more frustrated. Maybe he is standing there for so long, focusing on this thing, and just nothing has happened. Nothing is happening. His face is getting like more and more like focused, and he, real or imagined, hears one of the other students like laugh at him, And I think that like gives him enough of like a surge of anger to make the spell work.
You hear a laugh, but it's not one of the other students. It's yours. And you hear someone hitting what sounds like a locker. And you get a glimpse of a face saying, "Please stop." And when it's done, there's a cat meowing in your arms. You're literally holding it like this. Well done, Jonah. Well done. Had me for a second there. Had me a little worried for a second there. But see, told you it was the only way to go is up.
What,
Do you want the cat?
he's like holding it straight out in front of him like it's a baby. And he's like, do you want it? No, thank you, but no.
Okay. And he holds the cat and goes, "You're so cute." Okay, back you go. And he kind of gently moves the cat up, not throwing it, but kind of like if he was going to, just gently cradles this cat up. And when he puts his hands back down, it's a soccer ball again. Well done, Jonah. I told you had it in you. So slowly he calls one by one the rest of the class up. And he looks at the time and goes, "I think we have just enough time for one more act of transfiguration. You can, of course, I will never force you to do something that you are not comfortable doing, but I would highly recommend that you do this exercise. We all know that magic reacts to protect us. So if you would allow me to attack you, so we can see what your magic does, what your magic creates. Does that work,
Excuse me?
class? It will not be a spell. I will literally be, you have experience with this. Kala turned you into a cat. I will be
Jonah looks
turning
around like he
you into
didn't really want everybody to know that, but yeah.
Oh, they all already know. I will be sending magic towards you that you can deflect with an object. It is to see how your magic will deflect it. I'll start with somebody else. And so he chooses another student who goes up and he stands back so there's enough time for something to come up. Goes, "All right." And he does these like long-winded motions again to kind of giving people time to like react. But you don't see it when he sends the magic forward. And it actually does hit the student before their piece of wood just turns into a wall of ice. The magic has already gone through. And there is a cat at the other side. Very good magic. A little slow in the reaction time, but that is not your fault. And he brings the magic down, the ice wall down, back to its original plank, and gently moves his hand up and stretches the student back out. Like that. Jonah, why don't you try next? I have a feeling you just like to get this over with.
Okay. Already been a cat once, sure.
I can use a different animal if you prefer.
I don't care. It's the same thing, isn't it?
I can turn you into a soccer ball.
You know what? You just follow your heart.
Okay, I'll turn you into a soccer ball. You seem to like those. And he steps back and goes, "Are you ready?"
No?
well, you should be. And he again does that motion. And I am going to let you roll again, decide what you're using for this. There are objects littered around you. What do you see and what does it do to protect you? I'm also, though, going to roll for him.
Cool. I
So you
would
have
like to,
two
in this case, I think Jonah's instincts take over a little bit more. He's on basically the receiving end of an attack. So I think with what he's going to do is instinctively, and you can let me know if I can't do this. Instinctively, I think he's going to put a hand out and is going to actually transfigure his own arm and change the it's not skin, it's going to be like, we'll say stone. I would like to justify brawn with that.
That will be an 8 for reasons that I have.
Cool. Can I roll with brawn?
You can roll with brawn.
Okay. $16.
Your arm, more than you intended, just hardens. But you still have to roll to defend yourself to see if that was enough to protect you.
Okay.
It's going to be a contested roll. He's going to roll his fight.
Do I also have to roll fight, or can I roll?
Roll what you think you need to roll to defend yourself. If you can
All right.
argue it to me, I will let you do it.
I would like it to be brawn again.
Why?
Because I am not moving. I am literally just standing in one place and like stopping it if I can. I will say that if he can do it, what I'm picturing it as is that he will try to almost catch the spell and like crush it in his stone fist.
So you're sure you want brawn and not grit, because that is also very much a grit thing.
Yep.
Okay.
do
Roll
want brawn.
more brawn.
Okay.
What's your brawn?
A D20.
That's why you wanted to roll it. All
Yep.
right. Actually.
Okay. Is it no magic die, right?
No magic die.
Okay.
Oh, he gets a magic die, though. Thanks for telling me. I forgot. So what'd you roll?
A 12.
I really wish I was taking a picture.
What's happening?
Nox, the anticipation is killing us.
Yeah.
And on a 29,
Oh, okay.
he exploded on a 12, got an 11, and then had the magic die, which exploded on a 4 and got a 3 on the next roll.
Okay, well. He's a teacher, so, you know.
Oh, I didn't even add his bonus for that. Good point. I'm not going to do that to you, though. So. So he kind of just blasts past your hand, and the impact when it hits the rock actually makes a concussive force that throws you against the wall. You don't get turned into a cat. Everyone that was standing near you does, though. And when you look at your rock hand, it is crumbled on the ground. You can still see the outline of your hand. But when you try to lift it, it doesn't feel the same.
Just to be clear, I am missing a hand.
No.
No, okay. It's like the rock covering, like the exterior crumbled.
You can see what looks like a hand held together by magic.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
it is an
All right.
outline that you know it's your hand, but that's not skin.
I see. Okay.
He looks at you
Weird.
and he looks at your hand. For the briefest moment, he just looks terrified. And I want you to roll brains really quick. Difficulty of 7.
Okay. 5.
You see something flash over his eyes, but you didn't catch the color. Until he shakes out and goes, "Oh my god!" And you hear all this meowing and chaos. And he looks at the rocks and he looks at your hand and goes, "That's new. Okay." And he slowly picks up the rocks. Also, yeah, don't forget those adversity tokens. He gets
Oh, right. True.
rocks and starts pasting them back onto your hand and concentrating. And slowly your hand is rock again. And it falls away to reveal your fleshy skin hand. It doesn't feel quite right. Something actually feels very, very wrong. And he just kind of looks at you in your eyes. And you hear a voice in your head whisper, "Oh, soon they'll figure it out. Soon you'll all know. They'll know what you are."
Is it?
And
Do
something
I recognize the
flashes
voice?
over his eyes.
Do
And he
I
goes,
recognize
"Oh,
the voice?
It sounds like the little girl from your dream, but gone wrong.
Cool.
Instead of this earnest, remember then, it sounds more twisted and breathy and kind of like somebody in pain who's gasping out." All right, and with that, I think it's time for a break. So we're gonna go take a quick 10-minute break. Y'all go be hydrated, get some food, get your nutrition going, be ready in 10 minutes to come back to whatever the hell just happened. Actually, pretty sure Fig class just ended. So we'll go on to dueling and healing. All right, see you in a bit. Bye, y'all. everybody, and we are back. We just left off before the break with Jonah having some very interesting conversations in his head and also having his arm dissolve in a way. But don't worry, his arm was still there. It just wasn't his arm. Anyways, or was it? We don't know. But we're going to go away from Fig. Safe to say, class is over. And we are going to head to, happening at the same time, healing and dueling class, where we see our characters, Medea, Panacea, and Remy, joined by Marigold. So you're in this long corridor, and there is kind of a ring, like a boxing ring, but it's elongated in the middle of it. And Marigold looks at Medea and looks at Remy and goes, please tell me you're not a dueling person.
Me?
Yes. Are you also in dueling?
I was just a minor. Thought it was kind of cool.
Okay, I didn't get a chance to warn you.
I'll say that Medea definitely wrote a warning to Rowan's Way that at breakfast, yeah, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight.
Oh, while they were all talking at breakfast, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Medea told me a little bit. We're fighting one of the sisters?
You're fighting Kala.
Oh, that makes sense. We're fighting? We're fighting, or
you're fighting Kala, and she's also using magic.
Okay.
But we'll be here to put you back together. Just be careful. And you hear, can everyone please take their seats? And Marigold kind of ushers Panacea to another side where there's kind of like a first aid tent. Because this is kind of where the healing majors are a small group. There's actually not a lot of healing majors at this school. And there are just so many people who decided to choose dueling in some form. And you see Lily. Sorry, go ahead.
I think that Panacea has brought her first aid kit, like her mundane healing first aid kit that was in her bag. And she's kind of leafing through it and counting bandages and going okay, 10, all right, 12, all right. And she's going through the first aid principles in her head, all right, preserve life, promote recovery, preserve life, promote recovery, and is just completely starting to lose it a little bit.
I love her.
Marigold kind of just watches and goes, we have backups if you feel short on anything.
Do you use this stuff? Do you use bandages, or do you just use fucking stardust or whatever?
We use both.
Great.
Great. Magic takes a little bit out of you every time you use it. It makes you, if you use too much, you can die. Sometimes it is just easier to use Band-Aids. And
do you
Lily
have
kind
Band-Aids with little dinosaurs on them, though?
You have magic.
Those are not approved by the Red Cross.
Oh,
damn. Okay.
The dueling majors, Lily comes over and she goes, hello, everyone. And kind of gives Marigold, looks at Marigold quickly, but looks away and goes, make sure you go to your seats. Dueling majors have to sit around the ring. We keep this open in case we need to use our skills. And Kala steps in the ring. People start cheering. And she goes, hello, everyone. So, as you all know, first dueling class, we always invite you to show off your skill, to see where you can go forward. After all, it's important to know where you're starting at. And so, as we have a special treat with 2 new students in dueling minors who have never used magic before, we don't know your skill level yet. And so we are going to have first day assessment. So, who wants to go first? Medea, Remy?
How you feeling?
I have no idea what this is, and I'm not feeling good.
I think Remy's
I-
gonna lean over, maybe to one of the other students, be like, "Should we be worried here?"
Oh, definitely.
Huh. Okay.
Could
I
we
I, of course, will
possibly?
not be holding back except from, killing, because it's best to see how your magic's going to react in a confrontation. And of course, you can never predict whether or not somebody will have help. And you see Max slither over her shoulder. So Max will be joining in the fight as well. Let's see. I understand that this might be hard for you two to choose.
It's okay.
So,
I can go first.
How about
I can go first. Don't worry.
come on in, Remy?
Yeah, Remy, and then we'll say as an
sorry,
aside
one
to
second. You know that's one of the most venomous animals on Earth, right?
yeah, but I mean, it doesn't seem like she's gonna just teach her, right? But figure something out. I mean,
her head in her hands, is rocking back and forth.
Panacea is like, who has the antitoxin? Who has antitoxin? She's like completely freaking out.
based on what they've
Or
told us,
magic.
we've got magic
That's one of the
too.
things you use magic for.
We're not going in this with nothing, so I want to see what sort of we can do. And if I get knocked out, you'll have more information to kick her ass. So maybe I trust you.
That is very kind of you. We've never spoken before. But
They did meet a little bit at the beginning, right?
only a little bit, though.
All
We're
right,
the
Remy,
people-
are you coming?
All right.
Yeah, Remy will sort of go up and be like,
Come in.
yeah.
You don't
Okay.
seem to have a wand yet, so this will be very instinctual
Okay.
to see how you do. So we are going to stand at opposite sides of the ring.
Draw. Yeah.
I feel like I should attack first since you don't know how to use your magic yet. And we'll just see how you react.
Remy's gonna, while she's talking, try and do something.
All right, what are you trying to do?
I'm going to try and see if she has any sort of like I'm gonna suss out her what is her maybe she has any sort of weakness. I don't know anything about her. What does she look like? Is she wearing fighting clothes? What is going on with her right now?
She is just wearing a tanked like a muscle tee and boxer shorts. Not boxer shorts like boxers, but what boxers wear.
Oh, okay. So she seems very physical. So I think that Remy will try and do something sort of mental attack. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Roll brains.
Okay.
And to defend against a mental attack. Or you can use brains or charm.
I'm gonna go brains. Oh. Oh my god. Okay.
And you can use your magic dice.
Yeah, I mean, I just exploded twice, so yeah.
You can
Oh,
keep
my
going
D20.
until you start
Yeah.
exploding.
So 61?
What?
Well, 20, 20, and then 17 plus a 4.
You explode on the floor, the 4 too.
Oh, okay. Another 4. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Just I feel like this. I'm not lying here.
Oh god, this is not looking good for Kala. Okay. Hold on, let me look at her character sheet really quick. Okay.
65 plus 368.
Did we just
Spend an
accidentally
adversity.
kill?
I was
Spend
going
an
to say
adversity
Like,
token
that's
for
the
69.
anniversary token.
Oh, for a 69. Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
From my failing is jumping as a cat. Let's go full on 69. What is happening?
Hold on. Y'all, Rowan just uploaded the screenshot and I Okay. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. So she gets +5. She's gonna get a +5. And nope, that doesn't. Okay.
I'm like scared. I'm scared what Remy's about to do. Like, I don't know what I just did. I'm gonna give this woman depression. This what's gonna happen.
You're about to fix their 4 sisters problem.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a nice beam of attack. Maybe
All right, I'm going to roll to see if Kala can tell that you're about to attack.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that
actually
first.
makes sense. Yeah.
She needs to hit a 7, but she only has a D10.
Okay.
That was a 4. She doesn't know you're going to attack, so she can only use her flight or her brawn or her grit, which are her lowest stats. All right. All right, so that's an 8 and a 7 plus 5. There's no way she's coming back. Remy, what do you do to Califlores? You're not killing her. You cannot just kill her right now.
No. Remy wouldn't do that. Remy's going to
Holy shit.
I think Remy's gonna be like maybe tell a bad pun and then try to get her to just like start laughing instead of fighting.
She starts cackling. And just choking. And she collapses on the ground. And choking. And
Oh my god. Oh my
convulsing.
god.
And Lily rushes over like, oh my god, okay. And is going to roll.
Stop, magic, stop. It's gonna try and not undo what you did.
Are you gonna roll to try to make yourself stop it?
I mean, this is very scary, yes. I don't think Remy meant to do that.
Okay, roll to make yourself stop it, but that's a brains roll probably.
Okay.
And you don't know what you're doing, so that's a difficulty of 15.
Oh, I got a 9. No
You
more
got a 10?
laughing. No, we're done.
It just grows and grows.
Oh god. Yeah, Remy's yelling like sad things now. It's like there's war in other countries and
And it
countries
actually,
without
because
parents.
you failed, it like hooks onto Lily, who is bent over to try to help her sister. And she just starts laughing and looking at you with fear in her eyes. Just cackling. And she also falls to the ground, just laughing hysterically.
So
And you can see Max
Panacea.
try to pick Kala up.
Panacea is gonna try to get closer, but not like approach them, having just seen this like transfer of this spell. And I'm gonna try to coax Marigold over with me. But I think Panacea, upon seeing this, would try to cast some sort of healing, some sort of like calming, like the equivalent of like an anesthetic or a sedative spell on, I think, starting with Kala.
All right. Go ahead and try. So what are you going to be rolling?
I am imagining that this is very much coming from Panacea like digging down and being like, all right, it's time to be serious. Like, this is doctor behavior. This is first aid. So this is coming from Grit for Panacea, I would think.
Okay, you have to roll a 12.
A 12. Okay.
Because it's hard, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, I rolled an 11, and I'm gonna add an adversity token onto it.
Oh, thank God.
I'm gonna
Remy's like kneeling on the ground, like.
Marigold just goes, Remy, step back, and you slowly do this, and they stop cackling, but they're very much still kind of twitching. It was enough to calm what they were doing, and they're slowly calming down, but they're not healed yet.
I'm gonna turn to Marigold and say, where is there a hospital or a nurse's office or something
Lily.
where we can get them?
Lily is the hospital.
There's no one else? What about just the nearest other adult?
Bella's not here yet. She's not here until next. And she's like, okay, let me try.
All right, how about anyone who's done healing for more than a day? How about that?
Remy's gonna run out into the hallway and start yelling help.
All right, Marigold's gonna roll. She's gonna roll brains to try to figure something out that she can do.
Come on,
and I'm
girl.
gonna say it has to be a 12. And she got an 18. So quickly she just goes, okay, okay. They just she gets the vine, the petals, to kind of caress her sisters and pick them up off the ground so that they're not hitting a hard floor. And she goes, I need you to go find Leo now. He'll have a potion, but somebody needs to go find Leo right now.
I mean, Remy's already out in the hallway, and we'll be like, I got it, and then we'll run out, just yelling Leo down the hallways.
All right. You know Leo is probably just chilling because he doesn't have class yet in Andromeda or in Lyra Tower. And so I'm gonna say you rush in and you get there. And you tell him what's going on. He goes, what?
I don't know what's happening, but I used a spell, and like we'll actually explain things quite logically, even though their voice is, very like up, is anxious, but is trying to disseminate all the information.
Yeah,
efficiently.
no, I have a spell for just knocking people out. And he like runs to the dorm, throws open his closet, and just starts throwing bottles everywhere. And eventually he hands you 2 large vials and goes, they need to drink all of this. We need to go.
All right.
And you two rush back to a still moving and still conscious of everything that is happening to them, Kala and Lily.
And we'll sort of knee slide to them with the 2 potions and be like, okay, Leo gave these to me. He said to drink all of it. And we'll sort of help. I don't know if they can drink it, so we'll
you can kind of gently help them drink it.
Yeah, and then we'll have one to Marigold because there's 2 of them. So yeah,
it's hard while they're twitching, but you like. She's holding Lily and just like, come on. And everyone else is just watching. All the other healing majors, useless. Everyone's just watching as you took out the 2 of the most powerful mages in town in one go. Yeah. And eventually, as they drink all the potion, they kind of just lie still. And then their eyes close and they drift off to sleep. Marigold just kind of stands up and goes, okay, class is over.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And then we'll try and like help whatever's happening. We'll try and help with
Can someone get a message to Bella? Like there's no, or one of the other professors. I know that Professor Mothman's here somewhere. So can someone get a message to them?
Right when you say that, Professor Polly Mothman runs in the room and just looks at Remy.
Oh my god, it's like I'm like under arrest by the Mothman. It's like
It's not their fault.
No, I know. I saw everything. I saw. I just. Okay, Marigold, and she's just kind of like crying. Is just take them to Lily's office. It's going to be okay. And she just has the pedals transport them as she stays there, kind of just staring at the ground. Goes, everyone else, your class is canceled. Go to I don't care what you do, just go. Make sure you go to the rest of your classes today. Protection, your classes will also be canceled because your class is now canceled.
I think Panacea, after this announcement, would go up to Remy and do like a shock assessment, and is very much like is almost like concerned with how calm Remy seems in all of this.
I think Remy is sort of like, because of the problem solver, trying to like help everyone kind of vibe, is good at being that kind of like stay calm everyone, because it doesn't help to be sort of freaked out. But probably Panacea could tell is like freaked out that everyone's sort of looking at them and they've caused problems for everyone and another class. And yeah.
Professor Polly goes, actually, God, it was Aurora Day because Lily was. All classes are canceled. We will have a new first day of school.
I'm so
in 2
sorry.
days. It's okay. I've told them before that this was a bad idea for intro. You're one of my students though, and you really should just come with me right now. Your friends can come if you want.
Is everyone gonna be okay here?
Everyone else is just kind of in shock and staring at you.
I think for the first time, like, yeah, I think that Medea has been just like staring a little bit, and like with the scowl, it's like hard to like parse out, oh, Medea must be really mad. But when she speaks, she's like, that was absolutely incredible. Nice work.
Thank you.
Do you
I really
want us
didn't mean to
come
do
with
that.
you to
I
look
just
at
wanted
the
to.
class?
I just wanted to give him a laugh.
That was impressive.
Do you
Oh my
terrifying.
God.
You scare me.
I feel so bad. I scared everyone.
Yeah,
It's okay.
you did.
It's on them.
There's
Aren't they supposed to be teaching us how to control this? This is inevitable to me. I'm gonna hand Remy like a shock blanket, and just like
you should all come to my office right now.
Yeah.
You should
and
all
put your
just come with
lizard
me
on
to
your
my class.
shoulder.
Yeah, we head on out.
Aoife and Jonah do eventually hear, like in the corridors, did you see what the new kids did? Did you see what they did to Kala and Lily? And Leo runs to Aoife after this. He goes, Aoife,
Yeah.
come with me right now.
Okay.
No,
What's happening? Are we in
serious.
trouble?
Like,
Okay.
you're not in trouble. Remy just knocked Kala and Lily out.
Good for them. Maybe yes, no.
It's kind of just come with me. We're gonna go to Professor Polly's.
Okay. Oh, Mothman.
And along the
okay.
way, he'll try to pick Jonah up too.
Yeah, I mean, Jonah, I don't know, did Jonah get sent to the infirmary already? Or like
Jonah never went to the infirmary.
okay.
Oh my
Because
God.
Lily is the healer right now, and she was
Right.
in class.
The infrastructure at this school just
No redundancies.
Terrible.
And so you all eventually meet in it's not a tower, but it's kind of, there's a dome above it made of clear glass that sparkles. that they use to look at the stars, and it's not actually Professor Polly's office so much as it is the Oracle's classroom. And he goes, please take a seat, all of you. Okay, I am Professor Caesar Palia. You can call me Professor Polly. You all have an impressive amount of magic, truly. I saw what happened, and I couldn't tell if I should have gone to you, young man, where he points at Jonah, after what happened in your class, or if I should have gone to you, and he looks at Remy. None of this is your fault. I want to make this very clear.
Yeah, it's almost as if we should have taken the remedial classes before we went to go fight people.
Yeah, it's almost as if it's your fault.
Not your fault specifically, whoever
The
organized
school,
this
yeah,
day.
organizationally, your fault.
Did Nox disconnect?
Yeah, I think we lost Nox briefly.
Oh my god.
Hopefully they'll be back soon.
Ravi
Medea shaded Nox out
Ravi
of
disconnected Nox.
We shaded Nox out of the school.
Yeah.
Well, the headmistress is dead, so guess we're in charge now.
I mean, we can just maybe they're all talking amongst themselves and we're all over here and we just
Are we in
vamp
trouble? What did you do?
I
they-
didn't do
Oh.
anything.
I don't know what
Nox.
All right, let's see if this works. Okay, hi. I'm going to just turn
Hey.
off all the other tabs. I'm not going to need to roll for the rest of the game. You just took out the teachers.
Yeah, Professor, it's almost as if we should have taken the remedial classes first. So we knew what we were doing. It's not your fault. I know it's not your fault. It is whoever
Well,
organized this day's fault.
We don't know it's
Can
not
we-
your fault. It might be your fault.
Oh, did you organize
I
this
mean,
day?
don't
It
blame
might be
them. They
your
had
fault.
their whole day all planned out, and I just
Poorly planned out.
I just want to say, for the record, I didn't do anything. I had things done to me.
Oh
What
my
happened to
goodness, they
you?
cast magic on you again?
Yes.
This
wait.
is
What?
You weren't even in dueling class.
True.
Oh no! Wait,
was
what
not.
happened in yours?
I was told to stand there while the professor shot magic at me, and I
What
had to
the
try to stop
hell?
it. And I stopped. I kind of stopped it. I thought I stopped it, but it maybe blew my hand up. My hand
Oh
feels
my
weird
goodness.
now, but it's
Oh my
better, I
goodness.
guess.
Could you check out his hand, maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, would it be all right if I took a look at it? I brought my first aid kit.
I mean, it looks like totally normal, but I guess I don't.
I think Panacea will sort of like start investigating.
Oof.
I'm
Nox's
sorry.
internet is acting up.
Maybe we need a break.
Yeah.
I agree. Thank
Amongst
y'all for
the chaos.
sticking around and hanging out with us. We're
Yeah.
gonna take probably a 5 to 10 minute break. Maybe we'll end it a little early today. But please
Stream
stick
bonding.
around. We will be in the chat letting y'all know what's happening. We're gonna throw the break real quick. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.
was on me. My internet runs off of a potato. So we're gonna really quickly get back to where we were. Sorry about that, y'all. So everyone got pulled into the Oracle classroom, and Professor Polly is talking. He's sitting at the front of the room, and this wasn't your fault, none of you. I've told them so many times that the assessment is not always, it's great in theory, but we don't have enough protections set in place. And as he's talking, Rowan, Remy kind of just faintly is hearing him. But when you walked in, you kind of tripped and you kind of hit Jonah a little bit. And you tense and you're just out. You're not in the classroom anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's dark and cramped and it's cold.
Hello?
You just hear your voice echoing.
Sort of look at myself. Do I seem like I'm myself and everything?
You're glowing with a faint red tinge.
Okay. Maybe I passed out from shock or something. This is another dream. I'll sort of feel around me. What does the ground feel like? Like crouching and
It feels you kind of it gives in underneath you. Like you could feel it's squishy and it makes like when you wring out a sponge and you can hear it when you step there.
I think Remy is just gonna sit down, and any other day maybe would have gone and explored, but just having a bit of a moment. It's like I'm sorry that I made things harder for everyone. I didn't know what I did.
You never know what you do, you, Remy?
Who, I try to.
Trying isn't enough, though, is it?
Who are you?
I'm many people all at once. It's never just me.
What do you want? What do you want?
I want for you and your friends to get it together and save it. Or do you want to end up here like Mia did? Old and alone, barely even there, with no soul attached to her.
At that is gonna sort of stand up and be like, from how do we help her?
Well, first you have to find her. Then you have to find her soul.
Is gonna start like tapping on the walls and trying to figure out if there's any sort of like hidden thing. Or
Do you touch the walls next to you?
yeah. That's a scary
Feel a
question though.
skull.
Okay, we'll sort of brace themselves and pick it up and kind of look at it. Is it like new? Is it?
It's not
Okay.
new. And if you look, something is gleaming inside the skull. And when you pick it up, something rattles inside of it.
This is a horrible fucking Hamlet moment right now. Okay. That is gonna sort of steady themselves a bit. And then look inside the skull and see what they can figure out what the hell's going on.
You see a glimmering gem, the color of Mia's eyes.
We're sort of carefully try and take it out.
The minute you kind of briefly touch it, you hear her scream.
Well, I think almost drop it and then sort of like hands are shaking, like put it down.
She's not
Oh.
dead yet. But she will be if you don't get her. You all will be.
How do you know this? Like, what do we need to do? I need more.
How much more can you ask?
You haven't given me anything. And then we'll.
I've given each of you something. I gave you back Mia. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even know she existed. Your best friend, who made you feel like you actually had a home that cared about you, and you let her vanish into thin air. You couldn't hold on to a damn thing about her. You let her fade away.
I don't remember any of this. I wouldn't have let her go.
All of you let them fade away. Jonah, who let someone who loved him and just wanted to be with him slip out of his grasp, could barely just admit that they were together to himself.
You don't know him. You don't know what
Medea, whose mother just wanted to protect her, just wanted to make sure she was safe, was scared but would do anything for her daughter. Aoife, who had a brother who cared for her, who
stop.
wanted
Stop.
the world to take care
You're
of her.
just
You
judging
don't
these
get
people.
to tell me to stop when neither one of you had the decency to hold on to anything about them.
What?
Panacea, who couldn't admit that she had feelings for Dee, who was so caught up in the rival.
You don't know. You don't know what was. How can you just judge these people and not give us any help? And we don't remember. How could we do anything if we don't remember?
So much.
Show
You
yourself.
know how hard it is to bring those memories back because neither one of you held on to a thread. You knew part of you's been missing. You've been getting visions ever since Mia disappeared. She's been reaching out to you as much as she can. You just never answered her. Aoife always knew part of her was missing. Jonah always knew something was wrong. Panacea was so caught up in being the best at everything that she couldn't even see that something was gone. And Medea just let her mother be erased. All of you should have held on.
I think Remy's now just like squatting with their head in their hands. And then we'll try and do some sort of magic to just like get out magic.
Your magic doesn't work here. Welcome to my world. I have the power here, not you. You see what I want you to see. You feel what I want you
to feel you do what I want you to do. You understand that?
You may have all the cards now, but there's 5 of us. And there's 5 of us that I know I don't know them very well, but I see something in all of them. And you only know how to be harsh and how to judge. And that's not going to be enough.
I'm actually not the villain here. And really, there's only 4 of you.
Can't even fucking count.
Or you just don't know what's right next to you. None of you know each other. None of you know what's going on. You don't even know why you have magic.
Yeah, because no one fucking told us. It's not our fault.
What made your magic spark? What brought you to Las Estrellas? What put you on their radar?
I would love to know. And
Lily told you. Remember? And as she says that, you hear voices. It seems that your accident, Jonah, put forth a blast of magic so powerful that it linked across the country, reaching out for the pieces of magic that it could find and awoken everyone else's.
An accident.
How well do you really know Jonah?
I mean, I've
How
just
well
met
does
him.
Jonah know himself?
You ask questions in such a pointed way. Information can help people. It can be something.
You want information?
I don't know if I trust information from you anymore.
I'm the only one giving you any, sweetheart. I'm all you've got.
All right, what have you got then?
You seem like someone who will only understand if I show you. And you feel thorns wrapping around your leg. I'm many people all at once. And there are only 4 of you, really. Your magic might have awoken on accident, but your disappearance won't be. Your friend's disappearance wasn't an accident. You have just sat there while Mia has been harvested for everything she's had. A vessel for magic, unfiltered. But eventually that magic runs out, Remy. You and your friends have until the end of your semester on finals night to save everyone, including yourselves. And if you don't, there's no hope for any of you. And you'll just have to wait until the next accident happens and brings new unlucky people to maybe save you.
And we'll do it. We'll
You
do
already
whatever it
found the
takes.
souls. You just need to see them out there.
Okay.
And of course, finding their bodies would be helpful. Although, and a red glow emits from her, lining the dark corridor that you're in, which is covered in bones, stuffed into the walls. I think you have a lot of bodies to sort through. Don't worry, yours are still living for now. and the thorns yank you through that soft soil, and you're falling till you awaken, and you're kind of just collapsed against Jonah. And that's where we'll leave off. So everyone, this has been School of the Stars, a Kids on Brooms game. I have been your GM Knox. We are going to be taking a mid-season break, so I hope you enjoyed these past 3 episodes. If you want to catch up, you're like, hey, I just jumped in. This all seems a little creepy. It is. And you can watch the VODs on the Girls Run These Worlds YouTube channel and catch up. We are coming back on April 15th, back again on Saturdays at 1 Eastern Standard Time to 4 Eastern Standard Time. With that said, I'm going to start with Allie. Please let the people know who you are, where they're going to find you in these next coming weeks. And yeah.
Wow, wild. So I'm Allie. You can find me on social at Allie_Yakta_est. I am the director of production and creative at a AAA game startup, and I also do a lot of other TTRPG things. You can find information about that on my social media, which is where I will be until the exciting continuation of these events that I'm so looking forward to.
All right, let's switch over to Anita.
Hey, Anita here. Gosh, at Anita the Lesbian on the Twitters and the TikToks. Yeah, follow me on Twitter for like when I'm doing more of these things. I will be on this channel on Tuesday nights. Playing Masks, our penultimate adventure is like happening this upcoming week. So please stay tuned for all of that. Yeah, I've been Medea Moore. What a wild ride. Knox, back to you.
All right, let's go with Rosie.
Hi, I'm Rosie, Sweet Rosie B, just about everywhere on the internet. Today I was a Fatome, and I am terrified of what's going to happen next. So we have this little break on Tuesdays. I'm over on Greater Restoration, where I am a crow grave cleric. It is super fun, super ridiculous. She's a mom to 2 adopted sons who have this wonderful feud thing going on. You should go check it out. It's hilarious. I don't think it was ever meant to be, but we ran with it. Other than that, if you are at PAX East, I will be on a panel on Thursday night, Tales from the Tavern. It will be a good, wholesome fun where you bring questions to GMs. It could be, what's your favorite system? Or something goofier like, what do slimes taste like in your world? Who's to say? But that's where I'll be at PAX, as well as running some games. And that's pretty much all I've got going on until we come back with this utterly terrifying narrative that Knox is weaving.
I'm not saying that I specifically tried to get PAX East tickets last minute so that I could go see Rosie's panel, but that is exactly what I tried to do. Unfortunately, I couldn't, but I did try to go specifically because I wanted to see Rosie in a panel.
Oh, thank you. It will be recorded.
Awesome, because I'm watching that. All right, Will, introduce yourself to the people.
Hello, hi, my name is Will. I played Jonah Heim, who is going through it, and so am I as a result of that. You can find me on social media at @WillMScream, but more often you can find me with Live from the Apocalypse, where I am one of the organizers and storytellers. We are a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that makes actual play content, like streams and podcasts, to raise money for nonprofits and progressive organizations like that. Currently fundraising for the First Nations Development Institute. We're going to be on a long break, so there's a lot of stuff coming up, but I will say tomorrow night we're recording our Masks Actual Play podcast, Academy H, over at twitch.tv/live from the apocalypse, and we have a bunch of other stuff that's starting up soon, including all-lady Call of Cthulhu wrestling, Regency Monster Hearts, and fun stuff like that. So I guess during this couple of months, keep an eye out, Live from the Apocalypse on all social media.
All right, Rowan, are you ready? I wanted to leave you for last because you just went through a lot.
Yeah, I'm Rowan. I played Remy, who, God rest their soul. Are they okay? Yeah, I'm Rowan. You can find me Rowanox, which is Rowan Knox together on Twitter. Yeah. And this is my first time doing any sort of TTRPG stream or anything, and I'm having a blast, even though the story is terrifying. But everyone here is fantastic. Knox is I myself love angst and scary things, so I'm scared for my character, but the player is living. Yeah, and I will probably do some drawings of what's been happening during over the break. So if you want to see that, check that out. But yeah, thanks all for watching.
And I'm Knox. I have been your storyteller today. I'm just really, really happy to be able to tell the story. I've been thinking about School of the Stars for a long time, and so it's really cool that I also have such an awesome cast who is okay with me terrifying the hell out of them. You can find me at Nocturnal_7 on all the things. I have one thing on March 19th. That's a Sunday. We don't know the time yet, but I'm going to be over on Corrosive Squid's channel doing what became a series after we originally just had it planned for a one-shot. So it's now called Dead Air, where we play games based off like of haunting and hoaxes and the system that kind of is around. There are so many different kinds of like supernatural paranormal systems. We're kind of just going to go through all of them as this group of paranormal investigators on a show called Dead Air. So you can follow me on Twitter for more information on that. I'm super excited. My character is a vampire named Lavinia Fabulosa, and she just warms my heart. But I'm not doing anything else, really. So you can please invite me to your stuff. I would love to be in stuff, please. That's me begging. So with that said, please come back on April 15th. I have so much planned for all of you. Just so much that we haven't gotten to yet. And I'm just so happy right now. Thank you, everyone. So we're going to go and we're going to raid. We are going to raid. Speech impediments are really annoying. Mine specifically. We are going to raid Starlight Tales. All right, have to do that sometimes. All right, so we'll see y'all soon. Bye.